Thank you, Senator Warren. Good afternoon, everyone. Um, Throughout the pandemic, we saw that minority and women-owned small businesses were hit particularly hard. And at the same time, we saw that the vast majority of funding under the Paycheck Protection Program went not to these businesses that were most affected, but to predominantly white-owned businesses with pre-existing relationships with banks. So I know that you all worked pretty hard at trying to meet that challenge, but what lessons did you learn from the pandemic that can be brought forward to mitigate disproportionately harm to minority and women-owned businesses in the future? And
Well,
invite
I,
either one
I,
of you
I
to.
definitely think that providing ongoing funding to these businesses, and I earlier talked about our micro business loan program, where we offered $10,000 to $50,000 loans in our community to minority and low-income business owners. And through the various catastrophes, Hurricanes Irma, Maria, the COVID pandemic, we've been working very closely with those businesses, and we've been offering payment deferrals, loan restructures, additional loans, and also counseling and advice. So I think it's being a close partner in good times and bad times.
Mr. James, any insights?
Senator Menendez, thank you. It's an excellent question. We learned quite a few lessons at my bank, Carver State Bank in Savannah, as well as across the National Bankers Association. One of the lessons that we learned is that our institutions really needed to scale up. We need more capital so that we can invest in technology and people, so that we can be ready to meet a crisis when it happens, but also to be ready to deploy more capital in these communities to make them more resilient, so that they can withstand the crisis before it comes. So, for example, our institution will be using ESIP dollars to partner with a fintech company to make consumer loan products that are safe, effective, and low cost available to communities that are subject to predation from title pawn lenders and others in the state of Georgia that take advantage of communities. We also want to be able to automate the small business lending process and make it much more efficient so that we can make more small business dollars available in communities across the state, not just in the Savannah market. The other lesson that I learned from it was just personal, that many of the minority businesses that we were able to help, our bank made probably 90% of our loans to minority-owned businesses, but some of them came from outside of our market, well outside. People who were in California or New York who found us online and were able to get a PPP loan, even when they had a bank account at another bank, but their large bank wasn't prioritizing their loan application. And so those are the kinds of lessons that we learned, that we need more capital so that we can scale, and we need to be able to reach out to those communities and people who are underserved.
Thank you for those are great insights. With climate change causing more frequent and more intense natural disasters, small businesses face unprecedented risk to their operations. Furthermore, low income and minority communities have been found to be more likely to face the impacts of these natural disasters. In the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, New Jersey Community Capital, a CDFI in my state, raised $3 million in lending capital in a matter of weeks and provided small businesses with flexible, low interest loans to help recover from the storm, resulting in over 100 jobs that were saved. Just one example. Ms. Cusey, in what role should CDFIs have in helping small businesses and communities recover from natural disasters? And how have MDIs played a role in disaster recovery in Puerto Rico, particularly after Hurricane Maria?
Well, we were the first credit union to reopen in Puerto Rico after the hurricane, so that really enabled us to help a lot of people. We knew it was a life-defining moment for many of our members, and we knew that we had to act fast, and we did that through offering no-cost, 0% APR short-term loans deferment of existing loan payments, elimination of transactional fees, and financial coaching for our members who were dealing with active insurance cases and attempting to rebuild their homes. We also provided 17 million in loans to assist people enable them to replace household appliances, furniture, and autos. And after the hurricane, we actually had a very unique program where we assisted Puerto Ricans that were moving from the mainland. And we assisted them in transporting their vehicles and coming up with first and last month rent and rental deposit, which is, as you can imagine, quite high in Miami. So we offered a variety of programs to get them through and help them recover after the hurricane.
I see. I see my colleague, Senator Tester. I don't know if he's had a chance to ask his questions yet, but if not, I'll yield to him.